Hi guys, we are here today really quickly up close and personal with my, whoa, what's going on with your hairdo? We're in my girls' room today, so the back is a little different. I just wanted to do it in here. It's a little less hot, so you don't hear the fan noise, and was lighting. I don't know where it just went, but anyways, we are here today to talk about the new Lorac. Is it upside down? It is. It's upside down. Yes, this is me. We are here today to talk about the new Lorac Mega Pro 2 palette. So as you know, last year there was so much uproar, controversy, people, everything about the Lorac Mega Pro, the original. I was one of the few, and I was so happy about it. You have no idea. I was one of the few that were able to actually get through the system when they had like an accidental, this is when it's being released, and then they shut it off because no, it's not when it was supposed to be released, yada yada yada. So I was one of the lucky few that got it first. I was so happy because I was still really, newer to YouTube, and I was really happy because it really helped me get a lot of views and helped me out. So I was really, really glad to get it. So we are going to compare the two. This is the new one. It is this pretty navy blue, but it's a beautiful navy blue. The other one was a burgundy color. Look like this. Same size, exactly, same depth, width, all that kind of stuff. They're both still cardboard. It still has that like, I don't even know what you call it, but it's like that NARS packaging feeling. So it does tend to get dirty easily. So if that really bothers you and you just cannot stand it, then that's just something to be warned about. So I'm going to show you really quickly. Mine looks awful. Like, oh my gosh, I should have really cleaned this first. Hold on. Okay, mine looks like it's had a hot minute, so please excuse the messiness a little bit. But they do have a lot of kick up. Basically, the reason why they have a lot of kick up is because they're so super, super soft and smooth, and it just happens. So you just have to know that. It doesn't mean that it's a bad product. It just means that they're so buttery soft that they do have a lot of kick up, but not a lot of fallout that I noticed with this one especially. I am so excited to have this one. This is available in store and online at Ulta. I believe it will be in other retailers eventually, but for right now, well, I don't know about Sephora, but it may be on Lorac's website later, but for right now it's exclusive only to Ulta. It is $59 for the new one. So this is what the other one looked like. So you do have lots of neutrals, pops of jewel tone colors, lots of great transition colors, a few cool tones in here, just a little bit of everything. Now let me show you the new one next to it. Super, super pretty. They both have really good size mirrors, so you can see a lot going on. What I do like about it too, excuse the hiccups, is that you can fold it, so it makes it really nice when you're trying to do your makeup, just to lay it flat and stuff. I do like that. So this is what it looks like up close. Up close, it does have the 2 rows of mattes, the 2 rows of shimmers. And this one, as you can see, same thing, lots of neutrals. I would say a little bit more color than this first one. I feel like the first one had a whole lot of neutrals, but I think they're very, very similar to each other in how many neutrals and transition colors they have. So this is last year's, this is this year's. So here they are side by side. Okay, so enough about last year's. Now let's talk about this year's. So this year's, when I first look at it, and it's just a little different the way it works. But to me, when you first look at it, I feel like there's more coolness to it. Like, even though you have warm tone colors in here, I don't know if it's just because of the blue packaging or what it is, but I feel like it just goes more of like a cooler feel. Like every time I've seen it, it just yells cooler tone to me. Like even though it has some really warm tone colors, I just feel like they have this underlined like darkness to them. I know that just may not make any sense to anybody. So we are going to go through and swatch it for you. I am going to go through and do it, how do I want to do this? I'm going to go in rows up and down to show you the swatches, and then we will do an eye look with it. And yeah, so let's get started. By the way, Lorac is probably one of those ones for me that I love everything they've ever made. Even if it's something I don't always use all the time, like the Lorac Pro 2, not the Mega, but the number 2, the gray palette. I don't use it as much, even though I love the pops of colors in it. I don't like as much of the cool tone colors, but I just think they always have such great pigmentation. You get a little goes a long way, so you get a lot of bang for your buck kind of thing, and I just think that they're amazing. So let's go through and take a look-see and see what we got. So all of these darker, warmer color, or all of these darker tones over here are calling my name. So I want to swatch those first. Okay, so we're going to start this way and work our way that way. So we're going to start with this row right here, which is the darkest row in the palette. So here are your colors. This is Forest, Black, Blue Quartz, and Black Ivy is right here. So very, very nice couple jewel tones right here. Black seems to be a staple in all of the palettes, the Pros and the Megas. There's always a black in there, which it's not my favorite black, but it's nice to have if this is the only thing you're grabbing and you kind of want a smoky, cool toned effect. So let me swatch them for you. So here they are. Really, really pretty. That blue quartz is so pretty. Okay, so the first one, the Forest Green, it is a matte, of course, because it's on top. The black is also a matte. And then the Blue Quartz and Black Ivy are your shimmers. That Blue Quartz is really pretty. The Black Ivy, I'm not really positive what the point of that one is. It's almost like the Forest Green, but it has just a little bit more dark tone to it, and it has shimmer in it, like not like glitter, but just a shimmer in it. So really, I could have lived without the Black Ivy and had something else, but you know, I'm not the one who makes the palette. So that is the first row. Okay, moving on to our second row right here. Okay, so this is your second row. This is Saddle, Ash, Gunmetal, and Gold Leaf. Again, 2 mattes, 2 shimmers. Here are your colors swatched. This ash color is really, really pretty. It's a very gray blue. Like I said, so much of this just has such a cool tone feeling to me. I don't know what it is, but the Gunmetal, again, even though it's a gray, it has like a blue undertone. This has a blue undertone. So does the Saddle. It's a nice, beautiful brown, but it just has that cool gray toned underneath it. And then Gold Leaf is really pretty, just gold. Now we're going to do our third row, which is right here. As you know, if you've been watching me lately, I'm loving these like orangey transition kind of colors. They're just so beautiful. So this is Tangerine, Cabernet, Sandstone, and Olivine. And again, 2 mattes, 2 shimmers. There are your colors. The Tangerine, again, I love those orangey, like warm tones. But again, even though it's orange, it just has like, I don't know, it just has a cooler feel to it. I don't know what it is. It just feels so cool. I've seen so many people talk about how it has a lot more warms in this one, and to me I feel like they're a lot more cool toned. Like Cabernet, it's a beautiful burgundy color, but it just has like a very cool toned brown underneath it. And then this sandstone color is a beautiful taupe. And then this olivine is a very unique color. It's like a golden blue, like a golden blue copper. Like, it's really pretty. It's hard to explain. It's not even as coppery, but it's like a gold, but it's like a silver at the same time. Really, really pretty. These two are gorgeous. Moving down the row, we are going to the 4th row. And you guys, I cannot speak enough to the soft, just buttery loveliness that Lorac has in their shadows. I just love it. Okay, this is melon, goji, cinnamon, and penny. And again, 2 mattes, 2 shimmers. Oh, this goji, or this melon and goji color are so pretty. It's like a very nice muted dusty melon or goji berry color, like a beautiful berry color, but it's really like soft and muted, and it has just a little dustiness to it. And the melon, it would be a beautiful transition color too if you kind of like that orangey look to it. And then cinnamon and penny are really pretty shimmers or sheens. It's not like glitter, it's just like a really nice pretty sheen. And I think penny is a perfect name. It looks like a penny. And cinnamon just has that nice like dusty mauve undertone. Moving on to the 5th row right here. Okay, this is burlap, sorbet, soft plum, and it says DK period sienna, so like dark sienna, I'm assuming. Burlap, I think, is a perfect name for this. It really does look like a burlap sack kind of color. And the sorbet is really light and muted, so it's not a super dark color. I think it would make a really pretty transition color. And dark sienna is beautiful, and soft plum is too. I think all of these would actually make a beautiful like soft plum, like lilac kind of eye. So this dark sienna has a very plummy eggplant undertone. The soft plum is a very pretty shimmery like lilac color. And then sorbet and burlap are just beautiful transition shades. That sorbet is so pretty. It's just like a dusty mauve. Now we're moving down the line to right here, this row. Okay, so here are your colors. This is tawny, purple, prosecco, and peony. 2 mattes, 2 shimmers. That peony color is beautiful. Peony is right here. It's such a beautiful like champagne peachy pink. Oh, so pretty. This is prosecco, which is just a beautiful like white silver. Oh, so pretty. Purple is exactly that. It's a purple, but it's more like a dusty purple. And then tawny is more of like a muted brown, but it has just like a very small pink undertone. For our second to last row, definitely more of your very muted colors, and then the last row is definitely muted. So this is custard, lavender, chiffon, and seashell. 2 mattes, 2 shimmers. These kind of barely show up on my skin, but you can see them a little bit. This seashell is really, really pretty. Like, it's like a very beautiful, like off-white peach. It's kind of just a little bit more peachy than Prosecco. Prosecco was a little bit more silver toned. Seashell is just a very, very like muted white peach color. Like you can't even really see the peach. And then chiffon is really pretty. It's just like a very muted pink. Or lavender is perfect name for it, is very light lavender. Almost like it's almost like a periwinkle to me. Like it is lavender, but it's very, very cool toned. And then custard, you can barely see on my hand, but just a very nice like brow bone or transition color, depending on the shade of your skin tone. Okay, our last row, you could almost just like, I don't know, I feel like you could live without a couple of these. Like, they're so light that unless you are really tan or something, they're barely going to show up on you. Like if you have very fair skin, these might be great for your brow bone or your inner corner, but they might not even show up at all. Okay, this is Porcelain, Bisque, Sugar, Moonlight. 2 mattes, 2 shimmers. They almost look identical to each other. Like I think they were just, I understand where they're going. They're kind of, you know, trying to give you those transition colors, the brow bone colors, but it was kind of the same thing in this one, but they had at least a little bit different of tone. Like, you know, it kind of went from a very light pink to a white to an opal, like shimmer color, and a vanilla. So I feel like they were a little bit just different in this one, the first Mega Pro. In this one, literally, like they're almost all the same tone and same color. So they really do all kind of look like each other, even swatched. So I swatched them close so you can see that they really do just look a lot like each other. They're all kind of that same white, yellow undertone kind of color, like brow bone or inner corner highlight, but there's just not a lot of difference between them. Kind of a little unnecessary, but you know, I don't make the palette, so that's fine. Okay, let's go ahead and start with our eye look, and then I will give you my final thoughts after. First, I'm going to take probably, I think I'm going to take Custard and kind of put it all over my lid, just to kind of give a flat base to everything. I'm not really sure where I'm headed with my look today. I'm not really going anywhere or doing much, just picking up the kids from school. Let's do, I'm going to go in and I'm going to grab Melon, which is this lighter orange. It's like a orangey peach tone. They kind of named their stuff perfectly because it's like a cantaloupe melon color. I'm going to go in and take Soft Plum, which is right here. Just a very nice, like, muted taupey plum color. And I'm just going to kind of put that in the middle. I'm going to take more of like a pointed tapered crease. It's kind of flat, but kind of more like good for crease. And I think I'm going to go into, Goji, which is just this beautiful like dusty berry color. And I'm going to take that into the crease. So I just put that into the crease. I hope you guys can see me really good. I'm going to take this dark sienna and I'm going to put that into the outer V. That is such a pretty color. I'm going to blend that out. So I put that into my crease. I tried to bring a light in. I feel like I'm like really dark or something. And excuse my nice little friend right there that decided to join me today. Okay, so this is what I have so far. I'm going to go in with a little bit more of a flat paddle kind of brush. And I'm going to go into Prosecco, which is this one right here. It's kind of like that nice silvery, like champagne beautifulness. And I'm going to put that in the very inner corner, first part of my eye. I kind of feel like that soft plum didn't hang around very well through the blending. So I'm going to go back into soft plum and put that on back on the inner corner, or the back in the middle of my eye, and blend those all together. Okay, now I'm going to blend these all out. I think I'm going to put a little bit of this purple into my crease as well. Just kind of blend it out with those other colors, just to give it a little bit more of the purple feel. I'm going to go into that dark sienna color and just put just ever so slightly in the outer corner. And then I'm going to go into soft plum and kind of put that in the middle. And then I'm going to go into this lavender and kind of put that in the very like beginning part. And then for my highlight color, I'm going to go into chiffon and kind of put that in the inner corner. Okay, so this is the look I created. Like I said, I don't know what it is about this palette, but even though I put lots of warmth in there and stuff like that, I still feel like it's very a cool toned look. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. So I feel like even though I used a lot of the warm tones, I still feel like it came out with a very like warm grayish plum. It's like warm and cool at the same time, grayish plum color. Am I making any sense? No, not really, right? Okay, so this is the look I created. I hope that you enjoyed it. I also finished with my eyes. I put my mascara on, I put some eyeliner on, I finished my brows, and then I took lavender on the inner corner, and then I took soft plum in the middle, and then I took dark sienna on the very outside. So I just kind of took as many of these colors as I can. So I used about 10 colors out of this palette, trying to do the best I could with making an eye look. So I used a little bit of warmth in the transition, also some plum, some purple, some shimmers, some of the ones that are mattes. I did a little bit of everything, so I hope that you enjoy the look that I created. My overall thoughts on this palette are, I like the first one better. I think that even though this has a few more colors in it and not so much of your neutrals, because the other one has a lot more neutrals, which I like and I think is wonderful, but I do think this one has a little bit more color to it. But I think that it's kind of hard for me to wrap my head around of what I want to do, because so much of it is very even the warms feel cool to me. Like even some of the warm tones feel like they have a cool undertone. Not all of them, just some of them. But enough to, like, I'm kind of stumped when I look at this one about what I want to do. I'm definitely excited to play with the blue quartz one. I want to play with that one. I love a lot of these warmer, like transition shades, but again, some of them just feel so cool tone to me. I hope that helps. I'm sorry that, I don't know, this palette has me at a loss. Usually I am like, everything Lorac you must buy, go buy it now. And I will always buy it because I just really love Lorac and I like collecting Lorac. But I kind of feel like this palette, if you didn't get the Mega 1 palette, I kind of feel like you do need this in your life because it is limited edition. It's not going to stick around. I don't know how long it's going to stick around for because I know there was so much uproar with last year's. But I feel like if you have last year's, unless you like more of cool undertone kind of colors, like I know there's warm colors in here. I'm not dumb. Like these are warm tones. But like even this berry color, it has a cool like dusty undertone to it. It's not completely warm. I don't know. Like everything feels slightly warm, slightly cool. I don't know. It's kind of interesting to me. I think that the Mega 1 is definitely more of a warm tone palette. I think this one is a little bit of more of a cool tone, but there is still a few warm tones in here. If you have the first one and you look at this and you don't immediately get inspired, then I would say pass on it. Like even the girl at Ulta, she's like one of my BFFs at Ulta, I know, after my Ulta rant. But she changed it. She's a new manager there and she like totally overhauled the store, and I'm so proud of her and so happy for her because she's done a great job with getting nice, happy people that are working there now. But anyways, so even she said that she was so excited for this, and then when she saw it, she's like, I don't know, I think I'm gonna have to swatch it before I buy it because it just doesn't look as eye-pleasing. I don't know if that even makes sense. So I think this is one that unless you are a collector of all things limited edition or you love Lorac like I do, I don't think you need this in your life. But I do like it and I am going to use it and I am going to play with it. But I think that they did a better job on this one. So they both have a lot of neutrals and a lot of transition kind of colors. This one does have a few more pops of color, but you've got your jewel tones over here. Same thing, you've got your jewel tones over here. I can see how like a lot of people are more for the colors in here because there's not a lot of different colors in here, but I kind of feel like this one has me more stumped on what kind of look I want to create than this one did. Does that make sense? I hope so. And I love a pop of color. But again, there's not a lot of pops of color in here besides that blue quartz. Everything else is kind of neutral too. So I don't know. You gotta go swatch it. It is in store this time, so that's kind of nice because for the people that didn't get last year's, you just had to buy it. There was none that were in store. There was nothing you could swatch. There was nothing you could do. This, at least right now, is in store. You can swatch it. You can go play with it, decide for yourself if this is worth it. It does have some really pretty, amazing, amazing colors in here. I just don't think that this is a must, which is so hard for me to say because I was so anticipating this and I am such a lover of Lorac shadows. So I hope that helps you guys. I hope you enjoyed the look I created. I paired it with my new Doll 10, more of your mauve-y nude toned lip. I kind of felt like it kind of went with more of my purpley nude eyes that I've got going on right now. This is the one that is in buff. If you are interested, it's lipstick and lip gloss together. Mwah. That is it. That's all I got for you. Thank you for watching. If you are not subscribed, please subscribe down below so you don't miss any future videos. I will do some more looks with this and post it. But next I've got coming up trash, some more new holiday stuff. Lots of fun stuff, so subscribe so you don't miss anything. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.